All right, so what we're going to do this time, and I should erase this board, is we're going to have a scenario of if we had a line, okay, so any line that we have, it's going to be straighter than that because we're going to use good tools. And let's say that we have a point on the line. Okay, so any point on the line right here, there it is. It's not in the middle. We're going to learn how to make an exact perpendicular line through here. Okay. The other thing that we're going to do, so we're going to do that first. And then the second one that we're going to do is if we have a point that's not on the line. So somewhere else we have a point, and we're going to make a perpendicular line through that point. So that's going to be what's 90 degrees. So we're going to do it one way with the point on the line and one way with the point not on the line. So let me go ahead and share my screen again for the camera. Here we go. And so let me go through this kind of methodically, just like your notes packet has it. And let me find my tools. So we're going to start with this one, just like we did in the last video, and then we're going to move to this tool. Okay, so first of all, I have to have a line to start with because that's what we're doing. So I'm going to get a point and a line, just making my line. Okay, and so I'm going to call this point. Actually, this isn't a segment. This is just a normal line. Okay, so just a normal line. We're not going to name it anything yet. We're going to say that this point P is where we want to have a perpendicular line through it. So we're trying to get an up and down, perfect 90-degree line through it. So what I'm going to do, whoops, wrong compass. We're going to start with this one. And we're going to put the compass point on point P. Okay. And what I want to do is be able to make an arc mark over here and an arc mark over here. So I want to make sure that my radius is set to a point that is still on the line. Like if I had it way out here, I'm past my line. So I want to just come in a little bit. This will probably work. So I'm on point P. I'm going to make a quick little arc here. I'm going to come around. I'm going to make a quick little arc here. Okay. And this one's just a little bit busy, but we can make it work. So we're going to name these 2 points. We're going to name this point A. We're going to name this point B. Okay. And P is right in the middle. We know that P is right in the middle because we use the exact same radius on both sides. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use these points A and B, and we're going to make a perpendicular bisector just like we did last time on points A and B. Now, because this is the exact radius, we do want to come out and make this a little bit bigger. Okay, we always want to go past the middle for these radiuses. We're going to make our arc mark at the top. Nope, that was the bottom. Arc mark at the top. I'm running into my keyboard. So I'm on my keyboard tray because I don't have much room on my desk. Here we go. Now I'm on point B. Going to do the same thing. Okay, so I've got my arc at the top. Woo! That was cute. Need to reset here. Okay, so I'm exactly on B again. Fun. There's my other point. So I have an intersection right here. We'll label that X. I have an intersection right here. We'll label that Y. And just like we did last time, we're going to draw a line exactly through these points. So this is a 90-degree angle exactly through this point. Now, you say, Ms. Jacobs, that is not exactly through that point. That is just to the right of that point. And I say to you, you know what? These compasses are very finicky. And so if you don't get mad at me for not being exactly on the point, but having my correct arc marks, I won't get mad at you for not being super exact. Okay. Okay. Think we've agreed on that. Let me show you how to do that with this compass. Same. Oh, no. I'll wait till the end. That way, if you don't have this compass, you can just stop the video at the end. So let's go ahead and grab a new sheet of paper. And we are going to do this method now, where we have the point that is not on the line. Remember, if you didn't catch all that, rewind the video, pause it while you're trying these, okay? So here we go. I'm going to draw a line. Beautiful line. I'm going to put some arrows on it so that we know that it's a true line going on for however long it goes. And I'm going to make a point. How about right here? We're going to call this point L. I don't know why. That's how your notes have it. So I'm going to try to be consistent. Okay, next, what we're going to do is we're going to place our compass middle right here on point L. And we want a radius. Where'd my L go? We want a radius that's going to go past this line and intersect the line. So see right now, this top one doesn't even hit the line. So that's a problem. We need to go out a little further so that as I swing my compass, it's going to hit it over here and hit it over here. So that works. You don't have to draw the full circle if you want. You can just draw where it intersects. It's really up to you. I have no opinion on that. But what we've ended up with is we have a point A and we have a point B at those little intersection marks. What we are going to do next is super, super similar to what we did with perpendicular bisector, but with a small twist. Okay, so we already have a point up here. So we don't need arc marks that go through this, but we do need to make sure that our compass is going to go through those if we were to set it that way. So same radius, I'm just double checking here that it's going exactly through L. There we go. Okay, but instead of drawing my arc marks at the top and the bottom, I'm only going to draw them at the bottom. Okay, so again, I'm coming over to the B side now. I think that I'm drawing my dots just a little bit too big, and that's why I'm getting off, because like exactly where I put my middle is kind of weird. Anyway, so here we go. There's a new point. We'll call it X. And so we're going to line this up nicely, nicely, nicely. So this is exactly perpendicular. It goes through the point L that we were looking for, and it's exactly perpendicular to our original line. So I'm going to switch gears and go use this compass. So if you want to pause the video and go back and rewatch those, that's fine. If you want to watch this part, great. If you don't, because you don't have this type of compass, totally fine with me. So that's kind of your choice. I'm going to do this with this other compass. I'm still using this as a straight edge, but I don't have to. Here, I have this pretty bookmark. I'll use that just to show you. It doesn't matter what straight edge you use, as long as you have something that's straight that you can hold still and work with. Okay, so here we go. Here is my line. Okay, I'm going to make a point right here. That's going to be my point P this time. And so now is when I am working with my compass. So I want this compass. Oh, the point came out. I have to tighten this. Awesome. In the middle of a video. I'm too busy for that. Okay, so now the point is on there. Weird. Okay, so what I'm doing with this is I want to make sure, just like I was doing with the other compass, am I getting bigger or smaller? I need to get smaller. Is I want to make sure that this radius that I'm getting is going to fit on my line pretty well. I was a little too close to the arrow last time, so I'm going to kind of pull that in just a little bit. Okay, so here we go. I've got my point. And I'm going to draw my little arc here. A little messy. I'm going to go the other way. Draw my little arc right here. And those are my points A and B. Right? We did this last time. We did our points A and B. And then we did our arc marks up at the top and bottom. So that's our next step. We want to make this radius just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go bigger. Am I getting bigger? Yeah, just a few little turns of my compass. I'm dropping my pencil. Okay, so I've put it on A. I'm going to make a top arc mark. I'm going to make a bottom arc mark. And then I'm going to put it on B. I'm going to make a top arc mark and a bottom arc mark. Use the other pencil on my desk. And I am going to draw my straight line right through here. Okay. And so we have now done a perpendicular line through a point P. Let's go ahead and do the same as this one where we had that point up at the top. We'll do that with this other compass so you can see both ways of doing it. So again, I'm going to draw a line. Draw a random point. I'll put it here. It does not matter. And I need to make sure that I'm going to hit this line. It's possible sometimes you'll get it and you just need to extend your line to make it easier for yourself. That is not a big deal. You can always just do that if you need to. That L point was a little too high for it to work with the short line. So I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to hit and make an arc on both sides. I'm just kind of double checking that I'll be able to do that. Yes, I will. So here we go. Point L with my tip. Put my pencil there. Put my pencil here. Sorry, you couldn't see that. So I've got my two arc marks. Here's my point A and my point B. And now I want to have this an exact same distance, which it probably is already going to work because it should be the same radius. You just want to double check always that your compass isn't moving around. And so now I'm doing my bottom arc from A and my bottom arc. Whoop, I moved around a bunch from B. My bottom arc from B. Okay, so now I've got this point down here. And I can draw my line with my fancy bookmark right through here. So again, this is a perpendicular line. I can also, draw a little airplane just for fun. See, it's a stencil. Aren't you glad you got to watch this whole video? And let me know if you have questions. I just have to find the stop button, but you can stop it if you want.